Mount Tabor, Gebel at-Tur in Arabic, clearly different from the other heights in Galilee, rises 450 meters above the plain. An ancient tradition, also attested by Origen at the beginning of the 3rd century, places the evangelical epistle of the Transfiguration on this hill. He took Peter, John and James with him and went up the mountain to pray. While he prayed, his face changed its appearance, and his robe became white and dazzling. And behold, 2 men conversed with him. It was Moses and Elijah, who appeared in glory and spoke of his departure, which he would have brought to completion in Jerusalem. To climb the heights means not to stand still in the valley, but to prepare for the path of prayer and union with the law and the prophets, incarnated in Moses and Elijah. For the 3 disciples, the closest to Jesus, the Transfiguration was like a revelation, an apocalypse. They were called to total involvement from the lowering to the glorification of Christ. Peter and his companions were oppressed by sleep. Yet they remained awake and saw his glory and the 2 men who were with him. As they parted from him, Peter said to Jesus, "Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us make 3 tents, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what he was saying. As he spoke thus, a cloud came and surrounded them. When they entered that cloud, they were afraid. And out of the cloud came a voice saying, "This is my Son, the chosen one. Listen to him." As soon as the voice stopped, Jesus was left alone. They were silent, and in those days they didn't tell anyone what they had seen. On the top of the mount there are still buildings from all periods, a Canaanite temple, at least according to some archaeologists, Christian churches and monasteries, but also Crusader and Saracen fortresses. At the time of the Crusaders, the Benedictines built an abbey there, which was destroyed by the Sultan al-Malik to build a defensive bastion whose Gate of the Wind, Bab el-Hawa, still marks the entrance to the summit. Once back in possession of the mount, the Christians built a new sanctuary, but it was destroyed by Sultan Bibars in 1263. Tabor remained unattended for over 4 centuries until the arrival of the Franciscans in 1631. The present basilica dates back to 1924 and is the work of the architect Barluzzi. It incorporates the remains of the previous buildings, the Crusader Church and the 6th century church.
Questa situazione che è venuta a crearsi da qualche mese fa ci ha aiutato soprattutto a riscoprire la dimensione contemplativa del Tabor. Un luogo non soltanto di...
This situation, which has come about for some months now, has helped us above all to rediscover the contemplative dimension of Tabor, a place not only of prayer, but above all a place of encounter. To return to the essential, I believe that this is the main message that comes from Tabor. And the essential thing is to look at the face of Jesus, to look at him with the eyes of Peter, James and John, perhaps frightened without understanding too much of what is happening, but knowing that the Lord is really there.
Questo principale che viene dal Tabor. Lo essenziale è guardare il volto di Gesù, guardarlo con quegli occhi di Pietro, Giacomo e Giovanni, magari impauriti, magari senza capire troppo quello che succede, ma sapere che il Signore veramente è lì.